Hey guys, Jake Buller with Barbin.com. We're joined with Joe Gambino from Perfect Stride, New York City, and today we're going to be looking at kinesiology taping methods for the hip and IT band.
Just as a quick disclaimer, even though we're going to be talking about ITB, pain or discomfort, this is not for medical advice. This is not to decrease really your pain. This is going to be just to give you some facilitation for your workouts, but you should still go get this checked out by a medical provider to find out the root cause. Otherwise, there's always going to be something that lingers around that could potentially get worse. When it comes down to taping the hip, or especially for ITB syndrome or pain, a lot of times we see that it's because of either weakness in the hips or overuse from doing a lot of running, lifting and stuff like that. So we can do a quick application that could hopefully help decrease your pain so you can keep performing as you're going through rehab or getting it checked out by a medical provider. What the tape does is that when you place it over, it actually allows for some decompression of the area, so helping kind of almost, or at least what the literature somewhat shows or does not show. It's kind of to be determined. We're not really sure exactly why this happens as far as research is concerned. But the thought process is that it actually helps kind of lift the top layers of the skin off of the underlying fascia to help things glide a little bit better. But as far as a pain standpoint, it is kind of pretty well researched that as when you put something onto your skin, there's actually a large connection between what's happening at the skin and the brain, all these neural connections. And light touch, which will be happening because this is stretchy on your skin, that light touch and pain runs on the same neural pathway back to the brain. So it acts like a gate. Only one of those sensations could pass through at a time. So if you're constantly having this on your skin and when you're moving, you're getting this sensation here to your brain, pain will have a more difficult time getting back into that pathway to the brain, so it will help decrease pain in that regard. To apply this, you can definitely do this yourself. I'm going to be applying it to Jake here. And you need to apply this to the skin for the obvious reason which I just said. We want to have that skin contact to help mediate that pain response to the brain. But I'm going to do it over his pants because just for modesty purposes in a sense. So the first piece, and for all the pieces, we're actually going to rip down the center, giving this band-aid effect, peeling back the edges, leaving about 2 inches for the anchor. All right, the first piece we're going to put on, we're going to say that, we'll have him turn a little bit for the camera here. We're going to say his pain point is right here in the top of the hip, all right? This is probably somewhere where you'd be finding your discomfort if you're having hip pain with ITB discomfort. You could also have it down at the knee. But we're going to come here, we're going to apply somewhere between 20 and 50% stretch. We're going to come right over the painful area, rub that on, and then we're going to give a little no stretch to the anchors as we attach them to the area. All right. When we come on with that next piece, same band-aid rip, leaving that same inch or two for anchors. We're going to create another diagonal line, creating an X with that same 20 to 50% stretch, right over the painful spot. You can rub that in. All right, and then I'm going to have Jake kind of just push his hips out to the side, so we're kind of creating a little bit of stretch here. And then the last piece, same band-aid effect. And this one's going to come long, so we're almost creating a little bit of a star here. And there you have an easy application for taping the hip.
This has been Jake Buller with Barbin.com, joined with
Joe Gambino from Perfect Stride Physical Therapy.
To read more about the kinesiology taping methods for the hip, visit us at Barbin.com or click on the link below.